This video is going to be on doing a market analysis or comparing the market as a full service sex worker. Now this series is intended to be a resource for workers already doing full service sex work, but in Broccoli's or establishments or broths or agencies that want to transition into working privately and keeping 100% of their profits. This is probably going to seem a little bit of an odd video, but this is something that I genuinely did when I started in the industry, and I think it's really important that we all do it, and it costs us nothing to do. It does cost us a little bit of time. So what I want you guys to do is go on your local area, for me, Brisbane, go on all of these different advertising platforms, look at the girls that are already on there and what they are charging and what they look like. Read their ads, see the way they've marketed themselves. Have they gone more GFE? Have they gone more extreme? Have they gone more PSE? How is it written? The wording, are they talking really dirty in their ad? Are they, very girl next door in their ad? What services are they doing in these different things? How much are they charging? Do they do 15 minutes or is their minimum booking 2 hours? Look at all of this stuff. Do you notice that after 2 hours they start to get a reduction in their hourly rate because they want to encourage longer bookings? Or do you notice that it's just $1,000 an hour every single hour because they don't really care for the extended bookings? Have a look at all of this stuff. Look at the way they look, the quality of the photos. That's what I want you guys focusing on. Find women who you feel look similar-ish to you, maybe similar body type, maybe they're also tattooed, maybe they're blonde as well, and look at what they're charging and think, okay, I look similar to this girl, I can probably charge around about this much. I am not by any means saying that you cannot charge whatever you want. If you want to go on there and put on an ad for $2,000 an hour, girl, you do it. I will cheer you on. But we are talking as like a likely to get the most bookings is doing a market analysis and putting yourself in the position that you should be in within the market. Pricing yourself competitively. I guess that's what we should say. Something I also want you to keep in mind, which is not something that I even thought about when I set my prices, which is still the same as they've always been, is looking at these girls' following. I didn't even think about that at the time. I saw girls that I thought looked similar-ish to me at, that price point, and I thought if they're charging it, so can I. I want $900 an hour, okay? And sure, but what I didn't take into consideration is that some of these girls have massive followings or have been doing this for 10 years. So they have a heap of regular clients already, and over time they have slowly increased their rates. Let's use an example. Someone on here, Kayla East. So she is a beautiful, curvy BBL girl, absolutely stunning. She works at the Gold Coast. Now her hourly rate, base rate, is $1,500 an hour. You may look similar to Kayla East, right? You may be that beautiful. You may have the big BBL, okay? But realistically, she's making that much money because she has a massive following and she has been in the industry making content for a very, very long time. And a lot of people know who she is and are willing to pay that because they know her, right? She's invested all this time and energy for years into her social media, all right? And that is what is allowing her to charge that much money, okay? And I'm not saying you cannot do it too, but it's going to take a lot of work to also make that kind of money. The thing to consider is the location. So yes, it might be like the Brisbane tab and you're seeing someone like myself located right near the city, right? But you're more Ipswich, doing in-call and out-call from Ipswich. You may want to consider something like that in your pricing too, because the people around that area, it may be more like a $600 an hour as opposed to $700 in the city. So just kind of think about it sensibly as to what would be competitive in that area and up against the girls that you've got against. I don't really like that term, but you know what I mean. With the booking prices like extended bookings and things like that, if you are the type of worker who really struggles to do more than an hour, you just kind of want them in and out, you struggle to make conversation, you struggle with that GFE kind of vibe, structure yourself so it's the same rate every hour. You don't have to reduce the rates for extended bookings. If you're more like myself who kind of prefers that type of thing, the more intimate, getting to know a client, a lot of talking mixed in with the spicy stuff, maybe stack your prices the same sort of way I have, where it gets cheaper the more they book, or doing discounted dinner date rates or overnight rates or whatever the case is. If you invest the time in looking up your market, all of this will make sense. It's just going to take some time. At the end of the day, we have to have a business mindset about this. And I know it's boring. I know it's not fun, but it has to be done.